Panda. I got broads in Atlanta. Just took the lean in the family. Credit cards and the scammers. Hitting the licks in the band. Legacies.
I want to welcome you back to Black Site, and I want to talk to you about the first ADOS conference, which was held with Yvette Carnell and Tone Talks. It had speakers like Cornel West and presidential candidate Marianne Williamson. I would have to say this was a smashing success. Many of us who support the ADOS movement should be proud of what happened over this weekend. For this movement to come so far in so little of a time, with so little money, is something that should be applauded and we should be excited over. We have changed the discourse when it comes to elections around the country, especially the 2020 election. We have people now talking about reparations like we have never talked about before. And we have also started truly a second civil rights movement, a movement where all Americans can join on one good issue, reparations, done something that we rightfully deserve as human beings on this earth. We worked 400 years, did not get paid. We deserve to be paid by this government who benefited from our hard work and how we toiled on this soil. This weekend, we saw just exciting speeches by Cornel West, who stole the show. But one person I really have a lot of respect for is Marianne Williamson. She was the only presidential candidate that came to this forum. You got so many presidential candidates who are at the bottom. You didn't see Andrew Yang come. You didn't see Beto. You didn't see Kamala Harris or Elizabeth Warren. That truly shows you how they really feel about our movement. But maybe they will have to understand that they will have to have it the hard way. Maybe we might have to withhold our votes and downvote, and that means vote for governor, Congress, or those people when election time comes, because the Democrat Party really does not take us seriously. And the only way you can be taken seriously if you exact punishment. And we might have to do that in 2020. If Elizabeth Warren, a person who's basically leading the Democratic Party right now and probably will get the nomination, she has a serious problem. She doesn't get the black vote. But in her mind, she doesn't care. She believes if she gets the nomination, black people will automatically support her because she's running against Donald Trump. But that's not how it's going to work. You're going to have to earn our vote. And many of the Democrats that you see out there running for president refuse to earn our vote. We have to carry ourselves like other groups do in this country. We have to carry ourselves like the gays, like the Hispanics, who make the Democrat Party make proposals and make the Democrat Party during debates speak out about their issues. When Marianne Williamson spoke out about our issues about reparations, it seems like the commentators, the moderators, and the candidates wanted to move away from reparations. But we will not have this. And that's what makes this conference so successful, is that we will not move away from this issue. The issue will not just be about getting Donald Trump out of office. The issue will be about reparations, the racial wealth gap, and what you can do for poor black people in America. We have to understand that this movement is just not a conference. It's not a year movement. It's going to be a lasting movement, a movement that may take 10, 15 years. But in the end, our goal is to get reparations. Our goal is to decrease the racial wealth gap. Our goal is not when 2053 comes and no black American is worth $0. and we will never exist. We are hanging by a thread right now. And this movement is the movement that may save ADOS in America. This is just the beginning. And this successful conference was held by black people. It wasn't sponsored by Comcast. It wasn't sponsored by AT&T. It wasn't sponsored by any corporation in America. It was sponsored by us. It's because when you run your own organizations, no one can come in and destroy it from within. And this is what made this conference so powerful. Many of us should be proud of what happened this weekend. And we should be enlightened that we have good people leading this movement. Tone Talks, Yvette Carnell, Sandy Darity, and many of you who are in different cities across America. Chicago, Atlanta, Boston, Baltimore, Los Angeles. This is what it's all about. The beginnings of a movement. And I always tell a story about the Revolutionary War. Many people thought that all the people in the 13 colonies were behind the war. That's not true. It was very few. A lot of people didn't believe that the United States, or under the leadership of George Washington and many others who signed the Declaration of Independence, that they could not win that war or that movement. And as many of them out there, some in our community, who truly don't believe that we can get reparations. But it is possible. If you believe, it can happen. And if you have the right people leading the movement, it can happen. It's just that how far are you willing to go? How far are you willing to punish people who refuse to support your movement? That's how politics works in America. It's a give and take. If you don't give, we'll take. And it seems like the Democrat Party right now is unwilling to give. We will have to stand strong. Yes, we may suffer some if Donald Trump is reelected, but we have to look at the long run. And see, that's something we can learn from the Asian community, is that they don't look sometime just for today. They look at tomorrow or a year, 2 years. And we have to understand, like I said earlier, it may take 5, it may take 10. But in the end, we will have reparations. And we will fulfill the destiny of our ancestors who worked for free in this country for 400 years, that they will now be respected. And all their work was for nothing. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site Underground News that you can use. Hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, and share this video.